Hi, thanks so much for watching. In this video, I'm going to show you how I sharpen the blades on my Honda self-propelled lawnmower to get very nice cuttings on my lawn. If you like this video, I would really appreciate if you could hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Hopefully, this will also be helpful for your situation. Thank you so much for watching. These are pictures that show you how the cut came after I sharpened the blades on my mower. As you're saying, it's very clean and very beautiful stripes on the lawn. Really paid its own dividends. Please ensure that you're exercising all possible safety precautions when you're doing something like this. Ensure that your spark plug is pulled out and disconnected and there's no chance that it can turn on. And also make sure that all your PPE, personal protective equipment, are worn at all times when you're doing something like this. At a basic level, just make sure that your mask and your gloves are always on when you're doing something like this. This shows the blades that I've taken out from my mower. I've not shown you exactly how I'm removing the blades because a lot of other videos cover that process. Here I'm going to show you how I sharpened them and then how basically everything was put back together. So hopefully that is helpful. I bought this blade sharpening and balancing kit at Lowe's. The same is also available at Home Depot. It's basically used for sharpening the blades and also making sure that your blades are balanced after you've done the sharpening. So I'm just going to slowly show you what are the different parts that come along with this packet. I open the packet. So it comes with a spindle. This is something you can use to see how the blades are balanced. I'll show that to you shortly. The spindle, the cone on top of the spindle is where you mount the blades to see if it's balanced. This is a grinding wheel that can fix into your regular drill and can be used to sharpen your blade. As you're seeing here, I'm putting the blade on top of the spindle just to see if the current blades are balanced, if it's equally sharp on both the sides. As you're seeing here, it's kind of tilting towards one side, which means it's not equally balanced. We're going to check it again once we finish sharpening. You're seeing the blade edges here. They're not very sharp at all. The other blade that comes with the mower, this is fairly well balanced. So all that needs to be done here is it just needs to be sharpened some more because as you saw in the previous blade, it's dull. The next step after this is that I'm mounting the blade in the vise. I've got a table vise. I'll link the part in my description. And then what I'm doing is I'm putting the drill on top of it and the grinding wheel. And as you're seeing that the white goes on the other side of the beveled edges. And the grinding wheel is actually grinding that beveled edge to just make sure that it's kind of getting sharpened, right? So you go over it multiple times to see if it's getting sharpened. The white surface at the back is going to be against the back of the blade, and the grinding wheel is going to be grinding the beveled edges. Once you're satisfied with the amount of sharpening, you're going to be switching it over and grinding the other side as well. And after that, you're going to balance it and see if both sides are evenly balanced. Now I'm placing it on the spindle to see that it's balanced on both the sides. As you're seeing here, it's previously it was tilted, but now it's balanced on both the sides. And this shows you the sharpening that's been done. As you're seeing, it's made a real sharp edge over there, showing you the other side as well. Now there's the other blade that I put into the vise, and I'm going to repeat the same process and then balance it out to see if everything is working fine. Now on to the other side. I'm going to repeat the same process. This shows a sharpened blade. As you're seeing there, the edge is really sharp. One side and then the second side as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to see if it's balances. Putting it on the spindle, it's tilting slightly. So we're going to take off some material on one side. We're taking it back to the vise to remove the material from one side. Now we put it back on the spindle, you're seeing it balances perfectly. Due to using the lawnmower continuously for one season, you're seeing a lot of gunk and dirt under the hood. So what I'm doing is I'm just power washing to clean this up, to take some of that gunk out, so that you have a little bit cleaner surface when you're mounting the blades back. So the mower is on its side now. One thing you want to do is make sure the spark plug is disconnected before you attempt any further steps in this process. So Honda recommends the use of a torque wrench to put the bolt back in. I'm showing you a torque wrench that I purchased from Harbor Freight. The torque that Honda recommends for this specific mower is about 43. So what I'm showing you is where I've set it at 43. The 40 on the top and the 3 on the bottom. So it makes 43. So the torque wrench is set at that specific level. And this is what we're going to use to make sure that the right amount of torque is applied when you're tightening the bolt. So what I'm doing is, as you're seeing, both the twin blades are placed there, and then I'm just using the bolts to hand tighten it to a certain extent. And once it catches there in the right areas, then I'm going to use the torque wrench to apply the right amount of torque to make sure that it's completely fully fastened as per the manufacturer's spec. I'm first putting a piece of wood there to make sure the blade does not turn when I apply the torque. And then once I know it's held in place, I'm going to apply the torque. I'm going to be applying to both the top and the bottom until I hear a sound that tells me that I can stop turning it. That sound indicates that enough torque has been applied. Now tilt the mower back. The blade is attached. Now we are attaching the spark plug that you had disconnected earlier. This shows the end result now. As you see, very clean stripes, very close and nice cuts. Really happy with the results. So we come to the end of this video. I hope you found it useful in how I basically swapped out the blades of my lawnmower and sharpened them and put them back in. Lawnmower is a very powerful equipment, and you need to exercise all possible safety precautions when you're attempting something like this. So please don't do this if you feel uncomfortable in attempting this for yourself. It's extremely important that you pay very close attention to all safety considerations involved in doing something like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel. Bye.